TC, Spiritual Shepherd. Welcome back to the Spiritual Shepherd YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about applying this one thing really changes your life. This is where you get immediate results when you do this one thing. Now, first and foremost, what we're going to be talking about is slow and steady wins the race. Okay, you might have heard slow and steady wins the race. You might have heard slow wins, like developing slow and steady is always going and always ready. A lot of these different main points. So I have a script for you guys, and this is a very important aspect. I took a lot of intention. I focused a lot of intention and moment by moment, I guess you could say slow journaling to really help you guys realize this one thing. This is very important. This is something that I've started cultivating more into my adulthood, into my spiritual adulthood, into this type of thing where I'm really cultivating like emotional patience, mental patience, taking the time out of my day, really taking my time, really paying no mind to things that are not on my vibration, doubling up on things, paying the mind to the things that are on the right vibration. Now let's talk about it. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. This is actually a military concept. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And this is for reloading. This is for a multitude of things. I know that might not be every person who listens to this, video, but I want you to really see slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And then that is really ultimately telling you that time doesn't exist. Slow is fast, but you have to do it smoothly. Okay, you have to do it smoothly. Now, there is this thing that you guys have heard of, and I'm going to get into some of the psychoanalyzation of it, which is the tortoise and the hare, or the turtle and the hare, but the turtle obviously is just in the ocean. But ultimately, the turtle and the hare, or the tortoise and the hare, okay? So ultimately, let's speak on the hare first. The hare, number one, is always fast, but is also always looking to others for validation. So what does that mean? That means that the tortoise is going, or the rabbit went, it keeps going, the hare went, and it's going really, really fast, okay? And then it sees the tortoise going, and then it looks at it, and it's like, oh, okay, it's my time to go again. Validation. The tortoise is not like that. The tortoise is just like, yo, I'm just focused on me. I'm focused on being the best version of myself, all this type of stuff. Okay, so the hare, first and foremost, number one, is fast, but always looks for others to validation. And also, the hare is always going through burnout. It's always going through burnout. That's exactly what the hare is going through. It will go, and then it'll get tired, and it'll be like, I'm tired of this stuff, do not want to do this anymore. Then it'll look at validation, oh, well, I can't let someone else, and the thing is, it's always compare, it's always contrast, it's always about validation, it's always about others' validity, it's always about all of this type of outside, external, cultivation with the hare, okay? The hare is always rushing in time, and always rushes their success. So this is somebody who's like, I need to be successful. I have to be successful. And I get the whole, I have to be successful. I need to be successful. Like, I get it from a patient's point of view, but when you imply, which is the next point, the anxiety, the worry, the stress, the rushing, the stuck in time, the stuck, all that type of stuff, I see how it does itself a disservice, the hare specifically, which is anxiety, worry, stress, fast to look outside of themselves for answers. So they see someone else doing it, I have to do it their way. Oh, I see someone else doing it this, I have to jump in and do it better than them. It's compare and contrast. That's what the hare is generally about, okay? I'm not saying don't do sprints. I'm not saying don't have 90-day sprints, okay? But that is also thinking long-term as well. Number two, we'll get into the turtle or the tortoise, okay? The tortoise focuses on self, capital S. It focuses on, I'm going to take the best step right now in this moment and build momentum, okay? Which is ultimately perfecting each step by step. Okay, so now let's get into this as well, okay? One of the main aspects with the tortoise is the way they operate. The way that we operate as a tortoise is we are always focused on the long game. We are always making sure that every brick that we build is built one at a time, focused one at a time, making sure that it is perfectly aligned, making sure that each brick that you're building your house, brick by brick by brick by brick, and that could be your business brick, relationship brick. It could be fitness and nutrition brick. It could be all these different bricks in your life that you're constantly building up. And as you're constantly building these bricks, that builds your house, that builds your temple. And these are also based on habits. It's based on the way that we speak. It's based on the way that we see ourselves, the way that we think other people see us, the way that other people actually see us, the way that we see other people, the way that we talk about other people and they talk about us, the way that we talk about ourselves. All of this is a big cultivation, the way that we think, the way that we feel, the emotions that we emit on a day-by-day basis, the actions that we take, the habitual construction that we've built, construction of habits. That's really what it is, okay? Now, the tortoise is always building brick by brick, building momentum, focusing on the long game, staying perfectly aligned, building momentum moment after moment after moment after moment. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. Now, I'm going to give you guys some examples as well, at least in my current life, which is trading examples. 3 onboards a week, okay? 3 onboards a week is good. Even 1 onboard a week is good. And this cultivation really helps the way that I'm building my life. So 3 onboards, that's just a slow and steady thing. I don't have to overly, saturate it. Trading with low lot sizes. The people who are trading, the people who follow my YouTube channel for the spirituality, for the trading, stuff like that, trading with low lot sizes, trading low risk management, okay, low price, low volume, low risk, and then just trading over a grand period of time. So I trade on a 100K account and ultimately trading on multiple 100K accounts, but currently just building one 100K account and just $100 here, $200 here, $100 here, $300 here, $100 here, $200 here. You guys get the point. And that builds up. And then people say, how do these people make thousands and thousands of dollars? And it's because they slow and steady, because they were risking a lot less. That is a big thing that I realized. And knowing that 90% of your trades are going to be successful, or 85, 80%, 80 to 90% of your trades are going to be successful. That is a big thing is that, oh, well, I know I'm going to make $200. I know I'm going to make $300. And then you do that 3 or 4 times, you already have $900. You do that, 10 times, you have $1,000. You do that 20 times, you have $2,000, or maybe even $4,000. And you continuously build that, you pass the account at 110K. And it's going slow with it, and it's being proud of yourself for small wins. It's cheering over $25 wins. It's cheering over, and we're gonna see, the thing is it's not just about finances, guys. As much as people might think that I'm all about finances, it's not about that. That's just one small, minuscule, minute aspect of someone's life. Okay, so low risk, volume, lot size. Knowing the value of the market is going to gradually work and increase in my favor, no matter what. No matter which way that it goes, it is always in my favor as I continuously grow at a low risk, conservative rate over long game, long period of time, okay? Small $25 wins over and over make a lot of sense and are going to compound and exponentially grow on top of each other for me in trading, okay? So that is a big thing. Now, and here's a big thing too, guys. Because time doesn't exist, because time is now, because the only time that exists is now, all past that ever happened, all present that ever happened is actually simultaneously only happening in the now, currently, right now. So everything that was, everything that is, the Akashic Records is accessed right now. The more in connection that we are with right now is how we access the Akashic Records ultimately. Okay, now let's talk about it. Because time doesn't exist, slow is not going slow at all. So even when somebody says, I don't want to go slow, I need to speed up, I need to hurry up, I need to do this, I need to accomplish this now. They're more in that anxious vibration. I need to make more money now. I need to be enlightened now. I need to start working on my body now. I need to, when they have that anxiety, they're attracting more of that anxiety. It's based on the law of attraction. Okay, we're going to get into some videos on that as well. It is also being more in the moment. When you go slow, you're not going slow at all. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So by being smoother, you're already going faster than somebody who is going to do it fast and mess up, and then they're going to have to go back, do it fast, and then mess up, and then do it fast, and then mess up, and then do it fast, and then redo it, and then all that type of stuff. Rather than just do it slow, do it right the first time, which is literally what I teach as a trainer, as trading, entrepreneur, all this type of stuff is go slow, do it perfectly. Okay. So focused on the moment, building it moment by moment. It is utilizing and using intention in the moment and building much more momentum, more and more momentum, more and more momentum, more and more momentum. Examples of utilizing slow and smooth is fast. Smooth is easy paced and easy going energy. It's just smooth. It's always like chill. Okay. Building compound interest over time. So first and foremost, some of the habits that I cultivate: daily videos on topics that I enjoy, daily habits. So building daily habits. So, drinking a black coffee every AM, listening to my affirmations, making declarations, making suggestions to my subconscious mind. Okay. Also writing permission slips, writing in your journal, writing or reading a book, doing calisthenics, doing your weight training, doing breath work, doing your meditation, reading more, doing your workouts, doing your cardio. Cultivating these small habits, even if you do 10 minutes a day, okay, is going to compound. If you do 10 minutes a day, that's an hour a week. Okay. So that ultimately, if you even take a rest day, or it's over an hour a week if you don't include a rest day, if you are more that gradual builder. Okay. And it's about building 1%. And you can see you can get 1% every day. That's exactly what I do for my trading. Exactly. I hit 1.47% this week. So I hit a positive 1.47%, which is fantastic. I'm super grateful for that. Okay. So daily automations, daily posts, setting up different automations, setting up different things for business. And some of this might bore people, whatever. Building 2 main businesses. So 2 main jobs, 2 main businesses, cultivating 4 streams of income, but 1 stream also has 5. So there's a building aspect of it. And you go until one pops off, that other one pops off, pays for any of the things, all this other type of stuff. It continues to pop off. And that is a big thing. Okay. One big thing too that I'm fully announcing publicly is that I'm moving into a house. So I'm going to set up growing a garden. I'm going to set up, a pull-up bar. I'm going to set up a home gym for me and Kaylee, me and my fiance. I'm going to set up a home office for, positive content creation where I could just show up, boom, press play or, press record, and do this type of content and that is slow work over over periods of time, and controlling my anger, controlling my anxiety, controlling my stress, and channeling any of that energy into the highest excitement. It's transmutation of that type of energy. Okay. Small tasks building one huge, gigantic, or giant system. Okay. So building small nutrition habits. So one of the big things that I've been doing as of lately is I've been combining breatharian and eating. It has been more of that long-term intermittent fasting, that 20-hour, 22-hour intermittent fasting, having one meal. That one meal does not secrete insulin. That one meal does not secrete, specific types of hormonal aspects within the body. I can already see the youthfulness in my face. I can feel the chi moving through my meridians, through my pranic body, through my energetic body or my astral body. You guys get what I'm saying? Okay. So building the home office, doing home workouts, doing like stuff for content creation, building that type of thing. Semen retention. So not releasing, building strength and nutrition workouts, doing legs every single day. Not everyone's going to agree with this. This is my own personal thing. This is not something that you guys have to do or you girls have to do, you ladies have to do. It's not about that. Daily setups, daily calls, daily things for Akash X, daily things for networking. Whether these are automated, whether these are, conversations or calls or things like this, they're all interconnected for my life. And I notice that I'm very extreme and I have a certain bracket that works with me. So that is that I'm going to do, breatharian. I'm going to eat a specific way that doesn't secrete insulin or secretes low versions of insulin and adrenaline, the lower aspects of the organs. So specific organs have specific hormonal and chemical release systems. And when you can start to turn off the lower chemical release systems, I hope people hear me when I'm saying this. When you turn off the lower secretions from those lower aspects, from ultimately leading up to your heart, once you get to your heart space and you're starting to release more oxytocin, you're starting to release more of the thyroid and some in the healthy aspect, okay? When your metabolism's revving, when your metabolism is turned on, and I'm not saying revving, it's revving properly. You can have a slow metabolism and be healthy. It's actually healthier to have a slower metabolism, as much as people would totally disagree with this, okay? Now, also turning on your pineal gland, turning on the higher seven seals of revelation, the higher chakras, ultimately the higher chemical secretions. When you turn on this within the body, within the meridian system, this is how you can really, really help your body live a very long, powerful life. And that is ultimately the true long game. The true long game is really elongating your life, impacting a high amount of people. It doesn't matter about impacting a high amount of people, in the next 5 minutes. It's about doing the best version of you now and it impacting who is here now. So it matters that when you're around 5 people, just like Gary Vee says, is that 1 to 5 people that show up first. It's important that you really impact their life as positively as possible. They'll tell 5 more people, they'll tell 10 more people, and then you have 50 people that show up and say, yo, and that's when it starts to really build. And then those 50 people tell 500 people. Okay, that's when it really builds. That's when it really shows. Those 500 people tell 5,000 people. Then you're feeding 5,000 people. You see what I'm saying? It's really about word of mouth. Okay, it's really about being around word of mouth, and in a positive way, in a very positive word articulation way, where instead of them gossiping about you, it's more like, even if they are, they're still spreading your name. And positively, when people are like, yo, my man TC, my man, the spiritual shepherd, he literally helped me through, trading. I have multiple streams of income now. I finally left my 9 to 5, or I have balance with it, all these different types of things. I'm making what I want to make. I'm starting to transform my life in my own business. I'm starting to transform my life in my spirituality. I'm starting to realize all these different interconnections between biblical and Egyptian, and this isn't taught. I'm starting to really realize all of these types of things in one's life. Now, I'm not going to have this video go too long. This is a very important thing, though, that slow is smooth and smooth is fast, that we build brick by brick in our lives, within our lives, that as we build brick by brick, it's inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale the good, exhale out anything that no longer serves. Okay, it's about meditation. Meditation is going slow, being still, knowing I'm God. Here we go. Let's talk about it, okay? This is a very important aspect, knowing that I am given this machine to operate as God for 90 years, 70 years. And through that work, I can operate and do God's work through the bodily temple, okay? And eventually I'm going to release this temple, and I'm going to reunite with Source. I'm going to reignite with God, okay, which is all connected throughout all of us. We all have a purpose. We all are here. All 8 billion, 9 billion of us have a purpose. We all have a purpose, all right? And that purpose is really, going slower. This society is really trying to rush us. It's really trying to overcomplicate things rather than simplify, slow down, keep things steady, keep things relaxed, really just chill with everything and see what is the positive way that I can build myself. How can I speak with better tongues? How can I speak with better tongues? What do I mean by that? How can I speak better language? How can I have better linguistics? How can I have better word articulation? How can I speak more etymologically that can transcend language and race, and it can transcend all of the separative, the segregation, the separation, all these different types of things, to where we could be human, that we could be the human race, that we can connect with the human race, that people actually start to see me as them, and I start to see me as them, and vice versa. We see each other as each other. We see I and I, okay? Where we're like, oh, okay, I can help my brother, I can help my sister. That is the cultivation. And this transformation is really getting into the transformation of consciousness, the transmutation of consciousness, that we could start to see the rush is for a reason. The rush is for a realization. And the actualization of it is really going slow. Like I said, guys, time doesn't exist. Time doesn't exist. And because time doesn't exist, we could start to be more in the now. We could start to transcend more in the now, building our supplementation, building our nutrition, eating within a certain diet frame, or diaphragmatic. Think about where your diaphragmatic is, your diaphragmatic. Okay, so you have to start to see where's your diaphragm and frame your diet a certain way. Also, guys, sometimes your diet has nothing to do with food. It has something to do with intake, which is your breath work, which is your subconscious energy or mentality. What are you consuming? What movies are you consuming? What are you not consuming? What music are you consuming? What music are you not consuming? What information are you not consuming and consuming? What type of information? We are fed by information. That is the first and foremost, okay? We are not fed by water. We are not fed by food, okay? Food and water just gives us the illusion that we're being fed. I want you to hear me right. Food and water give us the illusion that we're actually being fed. What really feeds us is actually not validating ourselves from any external thing. That includes people, that includes sources, like different sources. That's what parasites do. Parasites need something outside of them for them to survive. That's what a parasite is. And there's another word for parasite, which you guys know. It starts with a D and it ends with a emin. And so ultimately, you guys have to ultimately understand how that connection is connected. Okay? So you have to really start to see that you really start to cultivate and regulate your nervous system the proper way. You must re-regulate your nervous system. Set up your subconscious mind to absorb and really be in control of one's emotions. And a lot of people say, I can't control my emotions. I can't control the way I feel. The funny thing is you'll also look right at their diet. You'll look exactly at what they're consuming, and this type of material that is being consumed is things that are parasites. So they'll be eating carbs. Okay, and as much as people will disagree with me, they don't look into the actual scientific, biological, bioregulation aspects of this, which is really getting to what does your system need, and your system doesn't need any more than it needs. That's literally the psychoanalyzation of the system. So the system only needs the energy that the system needs. The other stuff is for the mind, for the tricking of the mind, for the ego. It's really not for actualizing yourself. Okay, it's more for like safety or how you feel like you belong, or cultivating your esteem, your self-esteem, rather than your self-actualization or actual physiological needs based on Maslow hierarchy of needs. This is all interconnected with controlling one's emotions, with going slow. Smooth is smooth, smooth is fast. Okay, so going slow, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And that is really getting to the point where you are relaxing into greatness. You are relaxing, you are releasing anything that no longer serves, anything that's on an anxious vibration. I choose to release anything on an anxious vibration. I choose to release anything on a stressful vibration. I choose to release anything that is holding me back. I choose to release any people that are holding me back, any people that are on an anxious vibration, any people that are nervous. I choose to release things that no longer serve the greatest God that there is. Okay, that is really in conjunction and connection with all of us as living beings. Okay, we're not straw men, we're not the flesh. The whole thing about this is that we are living beings, and we are living that through us. And by our actions, by our fruit, we are recognized. Okay, and some people bear bad fruit, some people bear good fruit. I'm not saying that I bear good fruit. I'm saying that ultimately that's just what it is. And so by us really cultivating that we can bear good fruit, it's aiming more towards how can I be the best version of myself on a day-by-day basis, on a 1% basis. It's Kaizen. It's changing yourself 1% better daily. It's getting 1% better daily. It's cultivating ourselves 1% better daily, and really cultivating the 13 firsts. It's loving yourself first, y'all. It's really caring about yourself first, family first, okay? And ultimately really leaning into the earth first, this, like, the spirit first, the spirit of earth first, caring about nature first, and then building on nature. It's nature first. Is this in conjunction with nature? Is this in conjunction with Ma'at, which is also known as the Ten Commandments? Small first. Look, right here. First attend to the small and then the vast. You have to really build the minutes of your day. You have to build the minuteness of your day, the moment by moment basis of your day, okay? You have to section out your seconds of your day. And as you start to build that into one great system, then that big system operates. It's turning these wheels, these big gears, from all these small gears turning all the time. You know, when you look inside of a watch and you see all these big gears turning just these two hands on the clock, okay? Time doesn't exist, but what I'm saying is you can actually start to see that, oh, okay, if I just change some of these gears, belief systems, if I change the way I speak, if I change the way I act, if I change the construction of my habits, if I change the way I do things, if I change the way I look at how I do things, if I change my mindset on how I have an outlook at certain things, which is my inspection or my intuitive abilities or my empowerment or my internal, eternal, my endogenous aspects of things. Endogenous is endogenous. It's our indigenous is connected to endogenous. It's the same words. I'm going to do a video on this. I'll conclude it right here. But everything is internal first. Okay, so endogenous, it means it means empowerment within, or like to have lots and lots of accumulation of one thing within. And that accumulation is melanin. That accumulation is the connection that we are interconnected with everything around us, that we can see in full spectrums, that we can absorb full spectrums, that we can operate and forgive spectrums that are not us. Okay, and that is a big cultivation. Peace, much love, namaste. Talk to each and one of you guys soon. Just so you guys know too, it's all about the ultraviolet. It's all about the ultraviolet. It's really about the ultraviolet. And cultivating the ultraviolet is inclusive of all other different vibrational frequencies. So it's about cultivating the ultraviolet, and all of us can do that as the human race, is really expand the ultraviolet. And that is patience, that is silence, that is ultimately what the ultraviolet is. The crown is representative of silence, of patience, of stillness, and all of these types of things. The 5 S's, I'll put that video below, and that is a very transformational aspect on how we launch and throttle ourselves forward, okay? Peace, much love, namaste. Talk to each and one of you guys soon. This is slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Make sure that you go smoothly, and then you will go quickly. Peace.